Hello beautiful people watching this video, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruby. Today I will be doing my first time tag, and this kind of video, I guess it can be sort of misleading because it's not what you guys are thinking. It's actually a tag that kind of became a thing, I don't know, like 2 years ago. But I decided to do this tag because since I'm just barely starting on YouTube, that way you guys can kind of know me. So it's pretty much the first things that you did growing up. And there's a lot of videos out there. I know Zoella has one, and she does a pretty good job, you know, explaining that this video, it's not about what you guys are thinking. So without further ado, let's begin. So what was my first word? My first word, I have no idea what my first word was. I guess, you know, like the natural ones like dad or ba, you know, or mom, ma. I don't know. I call my mom ma all the time, so it's probably what was my first word anyway. Okay, what was my first broken bone? I have not broken a bone in my body yet. Never. Growing up, even as an adult, I have never ever broken a bone. Who was my first friend? My first friend, I was gonna say this girl I met in first grade. But I guess I gotta go back to when I was in kinder, and her name was Brianna, and I don't know how we even became close friends, but what I do remember is that we were doing a trip to the zoo, and supposedly one of our parents was supposed to go with us, and her dad became like our, you know, chaperone, making sure we were all there together. And you know, that day they bought me a lot of like candy, and we were able to see a lot of things at the zoo. And at that time they were making a new elementary school very close to where I live, and it's still even here. And she was staying at that same elementary school, and I remember she cried, or we both cried, and she was very upset because we were not going to be together the following year. Who was my first school crush? Okay, I can talk about this because it was such a long time ago, and I'm sorry for the person if you're watching this. My first school crush was a guy named Ramses, and I don't know, I was in first grade, so I was what, 6 or 7. But I just found him very, very charming, and he was very popular with the ladies anyway. And what I kind of liked about him was, you know how like back in the day they used to like wear that guys used to wear that kind of hair where like this part of the hair was like long and the very bottom was very shortly trimmed. I don't know, maybe if I can find a picture I can show you guys and put it somewhere here. But yeah, he was my first school crush, and I got to see him a few years more down the road, but I haven't seen him like in forever. So if you're watching this, please don't feel offended. That was such a long time ago. So first foreign country you ever visited? Well, I'm from the United States and my parents are from Mexico, so I guess that has got to be the first foreign country I ever visited. Mexico and then Canada. So first plane ride you ever went on to? I have never been on a plane, ever. On my 23 years of life, I have never ever been on a plane, and that's gonna change very, very soon. First YouTube creator you subscribe to? The first YouTube creator, or the first YouTuber I ever subscribed to, was Cute Girls Hairstyles, and I remember it was around my junior year, and you know, back then I would just watch videos. I wouldn't subscribe to anybody because I was like, why am I gonna subscribe when I can just look up their you know, their video tutorials or whatever. But for some reason Cute Girls Hairstyle really caught my attention, and I don't know, for some reason I just really wanted to subscribe, so I subscribed to them. So they were the first YouTuber I ever subscribed to. My first language it's Spanish. Mi primer lenguaje es el español y lo hablo perfectamente. Bueno, A veces se me sale más el inglés que el español o el español que el inglés, pero el español fue mi primer lenguaje y hasta el día de hoy todavía lo puedo hablar con mucha fluidez porque lo necesito para comunicarme con mis padres especialmente y con los amigos de mis papás y pues mis hermanos y casi toda mi familia habla español. Así que en la casa creo que utilizo mucho el español, pero cuando hago mis videos utilizo mucho el inglés, so depende mucho de lo que se me salga primero. I hope you guys just understood that. If you didn't, ni modo. My first YouTube video. Okay, some of you guys might or might not know this, but I started YouTube about 2 years and a half. Sorry, it's really hot in here. Yeah, I started YouTube about 2 years ago, but my channels have never really been that great. So my first YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel featured my first YouTube video, and I think it was like some sort of braid tutorial. I can't really remember, but it was something like that. The first person that ever broke my heart. Was a guy called Antonio, and he broke my heart when he told me, or he told his friend to tell me, that I kind of look like a monkey. You know, I had just sort of confessed my love to him, you know, but yeah, he went ahead and told his friends told my friends to tell me that I pretty much look like a monkey and that he would never go out with a girl like me. So, you know, if you're watching this, I don't even care anymore, but if you're watching this, when did you have your first sleepover? I never ever have a sleepover, because my parents were too strict that they would never sleep on other people's houses or have people sleep on my house. So that was a bummer. First time I got a speeding ticket, not since I have started driving have I gotten a speeding ticket. So that's a record. Who was the first person to text you today? To be honest, nobody has texted me today. And it's already 1:12 in the afternoon and nobody has texted me. Last but not least, when was your first detention? Believe it or not, I was like a teacher's pet when I was in school, and I was always well behaved and I never had to go through detention. I did get in trouble or yelled at by securities and teachers from time to time, but I never really got like on deep trouble, like to get suspended from school or go to detention. So that's pretty much a little bit about me, like my first stuff that I did, for example my first friends or my first speeding ticket or stuff like that. Hopefully you guys stayed until the end and didn't feel discouraged to click out because it wasn't the story you guys were expecting to. My voice is really cracking, I don't know why. Anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Until next time, trust in God and do what's good. Ciao!